Hello beautiful people. So today I'm going to be talking about all the things that they just didn't tell you about traveling. There's a lot of things about traveling that I didn't know before I went off to go and travel the world, you know, on my little adventure. There are some things I wish I'd known before leaving, some things I didn't expect. So the first and obvious thing about traveling is that it drains your money. Like, it sucks all the money out of you. Like, you will become broke if you do travel a lot. And if you don't have a job and you are just traveling off your savings, likelihood is you are going to burn them right out. That is one of the things that you have to accept about traveling, that it's just going to cost you a lot of money. Ways to cut down costs is to stay in hostels, eat cheap. If you're in a place that has a good convenience stores like Japan, eat that food because that stuff's cheap and it's gonna keep you going, you know. There's been like circumstances where I'm like, oh my god, I really wish I hadn't bought all that stuff that I bought whenever I bought it, because I really need the money now. Health-wise, you want to be careful if you're traveling in another country, and if you don't have health insurance, you may end up sitting in the emergency room thinking about whether or not your life is worth that $1,000 you have to pay just to see the doctor, or if you can wait till the morning. Yeah, that happened to me. So yeah, do be careful. Make sure you try and plan out at least a rough itinerary so you know how much you're going to be roughly spending, because that will definitely help you in the long run. The next one is that you lose a part of yourself. I don't know how to even tell you this. Everywhere you go, you will leave a part of yourself there. You will leave a piece of your heart. A part of your being will be gone. And it sounds kind of like crazy. It's like, what do you mean? Well, what I mean is that you're gonna meet all these people and you're gonna see all these things and experience so many things, and when you leave that country, you kind of leave that part of you there. You know, the people you met, you probably will keep in contact with them, but you might not see them again, and you know, it just takes something away from you. Like, you feel a little bit less every time you move, and that kind of sucks. But you know what? Think about all the good things, all the good times you had, all the people you met, and enjoy those and live in that moment. I lost a part of myself in Korea. It's there, it's staying there, and the only way I retrieve it is if I go back. So yeah, that kind of is one of the things of traveling. This is my personal favorite because I really felt this recently, and it is, you know, one of the things they didn't tell me about traveling, or that I didn't know about traveling, is that I may never be able to go home. Sounds ridiculous, right? Like, but until you've traveled a lot, you realize after you've been so many places, you start as one person and you come back and you're something else. So after you've gone to all these places and you've lived with different cultures and you've met different types of people from different parts of the world, and you realize that home is just not for you anymore. And that sucks. Yeah, you might not be able to go home. You might be traveling so much and you might end up just thinking, you know, visiting and being like, I can't live here again. I don't understand these people. They don't understand me. They haven't seen the things I've seen. It kind of sounds like going to war or something, but it's not that bad. But it changes a part of you, you know. It really changes your view of the world and the way the people around you see the world. When you go home, you realize that sometimes that hasn't changed, and then you're like, wow, yeah, no, I don't know how I can be around you. Which leads me on to maintaining friendships. It's really hard to maintain your friendships when you travel. Like, the people you meet and the people from home, it's hard to keep in contact with all of them. Thank God for Facebook, I guess. But still, at the same time, it's not the same, and you're not gonna have that same solid friendship that you used to have, like, until you go back to those people. So until you go home, you can't really like sit down, have a cup of tea, and like just hash it out, talk with your friends, tell them about all the things you've seen and all the people you met and all the crazy things you did. It's one of the things that you're gonna have to accept, the fact that you are just not going to be able to keep in contact with everybody you meet and everybody you know. So, you know, pick those few people that you really want to make the effort to contact, and try and contact them at least once a month. Like with my friends, my closest friends, I try and message them like every other month or something, or when I think of them, I'll just like, oh, let me just message that person. It's good to keep in contact because you don't want to travel the world for a long time and come home and realize you have lost all your friendships because you didn't try to actually maintain them. So maintaining friendships is super hard, and I wish I'd known that before leaving, because I would have made much more of an effort to talk to my friends on a regular basis. One of the obvious ones, but ones that you don't necessarily think about when you're traveling, is that it can be so tiring. Like, it drains the life out of you. Look, draining money is one thing, but draining actual energy is another, like physical endurance. So if you're backpacking, you will notice this especially. You get tired a lot, and some days you just want to sleep, but you know you need to move on, so you don't have that opportunity. But freaking heck, man, it's freaking tiring. Oh my gosh. When I was in Korea teaching, I'd go on my vacations, and I'd usually go like to somewhere in Asia, so Thailand or Philippines or Taiwan, somewhere like that, right? So I would want to do as much as possible because I'd only be going for 4 days at a time. And so I'd try and pack stuff in, and then I'd be like drained. I would go back to school after camp and go back to my classes, and I'd be like, oh my god, I can't even, my body is still moving at that pace of like Thailand, and I'm here sitting in Seoul in this classroom with my kids in silence, and wow, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It really does take a lot out of you, so be prepared, you know? Like, exercise, especially if you're gonna do hiking, exercise, get your workouts in, and get prepared and ready, be healthy. You do not want to fall sick while traveling. So, you know, if you are traveling a lot and you're not healthy, it's not gonna work. It's really gonna take its toll on you, and you may end up cutting your trip short just because of that. So do be careful of that, because I found, oh my gosh, Korea made me so sick. Being in Korea, I don't know what happened. Like, one of the things in Korea, I got really ill, like a lot. Anyways, let's not discuss that. But yeah, that's just one of those downfalls, eh? The next thing on my list is that it is really hard to settle down. One thing I didn't know about traveling is that it would make it difficult for me to wanna end my life. What the heck does that mean? Oh my gosh, is that what settling down is? No, it would kind of inhibit my chances of settling down at the age I had initially, before all the traveling, wanted to settle down. So, you know, as a child, you have all these dreams and all these fantasies about how your life is gonna be when you grow up, and who you're gonna marry, and what your wedding's gonna be like, and all your friends and family being there. But yeah, traveling kind of squashed that for me. So all my dreams and aspirations, settling down wise, just kind of got knocked out of the water, and I didn't expect that at all. I didn't know that that would happen, and especially if you meet someone while you're traveling, that really throws it around, because, you know, likelihood is you're not from the same country, and you're gonna have problems like being together, and you're gonna have problems finding where you want to live long term. One of the things about traveling to a load of different countries is that I realized that I don't know where I want to live. I don't know where I want to stay. I thought it could have been Seoul. I thought it could have been London. I thought it could have been Canada. I thought it could have been anywhere, you know, and it still can be all those countries, and it still can be anywhere else. But, you know, you just have to realize that you may not end up settling where you think you're going to settle, and the place that you want to settle might not end up just being that place for you. So yeah, you know, just bear in mind that the settling down stuff may take a while to happen. You know, having children, getting married, all that good stuff, yeah, it can take a while. So I'm 24 right now, gonna be 25 next month. Oh no, 25 this month. My birthday's, oh my god, my birthday's in like 2 weeks. Anyways, I digress. I don't know, I always thought by the time I was 25, I would have been married and had a child. Yeah, that's not happened. The last and final thing, guys, is the most important to realize about traveling, and one of the ones I never knew would happen. So a lot of people, when they travel, they go to search for themselves, they go to find themselves, and soul searching and all that stuff, you know. I never really did that. I just went because I wanted to go to Korea and I wanted to see the world. That was why I left to go traveling, right? But no, recently I've been kind of like soul searching and like trying to find myself after traveling. So it's really weird. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to travel again to find myself, which is bullshit. You don't need to do that. So the last thing is that it changes you. Traveling changes who you are. You will not be the same person as the person who left. When I went to Camp America in 2010, when I went to work, it's so warm in here, guys. When I went to work in America, I came back, I was different. Like, it was only 2.5 months, but I was a different person. I'd seen more of the world, and I'd seen it from a different angle, and I never really realized I could have seen it that way. And coming back, I felt so different. I felt like I wanted to do more. I felt inspired to be better than I was, inspired to get out and see the world and explore. Now, after traveling for a long time, and after I don't know, after being in so many countries, I really feel like I'm a different person from the person who left. That 18-year-old girl who went to university, decided she wanted to travel, left university, went to Korea at the age of 21, and then went to all these other countries along the way. She's not the same girl, you know? You know, that person and the person I'm now is so different, and that can be down to age, it can be down to circumstance, it can be down to who you meet along the way, but you will change. Acknowledge that you're not gonna be the same person you were, but it's okay, okay? Just breathe. If you want to stay the same, that's fine, don't go anywhere. But if you don't mind growing a little, because I think I'm a better person for it, and I really believe that. And though these are things I never knew would change me, these are things I never knew would, you know, affect me, I'm kind of happy they did in some way. I feel better. Anywho, so yeah guys, I'm at 30,000 subscribers. It's really warm today. I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the sunshine. I hit 30,000 subscribers this morning and I was over the moon, excited. It's a lovely day. My hair's like afroing it out. It's gonna be puffy like it's in about an hour, seriously. But it's been giving me life, like it's really been giving me life. I just love it in this like style of just no headband, no nothing, just living it like wild. So yeah, I'm gonna be out guys, and do subscribe, look forward to more videos. That's it really. So tell me about your traveling experiences. Yes, I'm fanning myself, just ignore it. But yeah, tell me about your traveling experiences. How was it for you? Did you change? Do you feel like you're a different person? Leave your comments below. Hit that like button if you found this interesting, helpful, insightful, anything actually, yeah. And if you got to the end, thumbs up because you're a rock star. Love you guys, annyeong. You never really see people alone, and especially Korean people. Like foreigners, you will see them walking alone, but Korean people,